The snowstorm howled across the barren plains of Virex 9, painting the alien tundra white with razor-sharp flakes that cut like glass. Visibility was less than a meter, and the wind's keening shriek drowned out all communication frequencies. It was the worst planetary blizzard on record in 50 years. No sane being would be outside. And yet there she was, Princess Kiravel Thex, cloaked in a torn ceremonial wrap barely meant for the cold. Her breath came in ragged bursts. Ice crusted on her violet lips and around her curling horn ridges. Her high-borne garments, meant for courtly spectacle, were no defense against the wrath of the storm. She stumbled, nearly collapsing as her golden eyes blinked snow away. Her royal guards were gone, left her behind like cowards the moment the transport crashed during descent. Their shuttle had taken a direct hit from debris in orbit. Emergency landing. Hull breach. And when the snow came, they fled. Said she was slowing them down. Cowards, she hissed under her breath. Her pride refused to let her cry. She was the future empress of the Varellan Star Court. She would not die freezing, half buried in ice like some commoner. But her steps faltered again, knees crashing into the powdery snow. Darkness crept at the edges of her vision. Her body trembled beyond her control. She tried to move and failed. Then blackness. Miles away, deep within a half-collapsed structure that once served as a human aid station during the Torkin Wars, a lone figure warmed his hands by a makeshift heater. Staff Sergeant Marcus Hale, medic, salvager, and by all accounts the last human still stationed on Virex 9. After the ceasefire, everyone pulled out. Everyone but Marcus. He stayed. Not because of orders. Because there were still people, any people who needed help. Virex 9 still had miners, smugglers, and the occasional wreckage survivor. And someone had to be the one to pull them out of the ice before the blizzards claimed them. He lived in what used to be a field hospital, now patched together with scavenged metal and tarpaulin sheets. It wasn't glamorous, but it worked. And when the emergency beacon on his scanner began pulsing erratically through the storm, Marcus knew someone was dying out there. He grabbed his cold weather armor, patched together from old Human Coalition and Varellan gear, then strapped on a respirator and goggles. He loaded his thermal scanner, packed a medkit, and drove out into the storm on his snowcrawler. It took him nearly 40 minutes to reach the signal, fighting every gust and whiteout. But as the scanner pulsed louder and the life signs grew nearer, he spotted a heap of color against the endless white. "Damn!" he muttered as he jumped out and ran to the figure. "What are you doing out here, princess?" Because even half-frozen he could tell what she was. Varellan nobility had specific genetic markers. Metallic violet skin, long horn ridges crowned with ceremonial etchings, and a facial structure like a sculpted statue. She was barely breathing. Her skin was dangerously pale for her kind, lips cracked from the cold. Marcus didn't hesitate. He lifted her, light, too light, and hauled her into the crawler. Heated blankets wrapped around her as he initiated a slow thermal rewarming protocol. He set her arm into a gentle 4, added nutrient and antifreeze stabilizers, then adjusted the heater vents. The princess mumbled, drifting between consciousness and dream. One word slipped from her lips as the storm howled outside. "Cowards!" Marcus glanced at her, raising a brow. "Yeah, sounds about right." When Kiravel awoke, she was warm. Too warm. She gasped and tried to sit up, then groaned as pain lanced through her limbs. Her muscles felt like broken wires, barely responding. She blinked against the low light of the shelter. Bare metal, ancient medtech, and makeshift furniture crafted from crates and repurposed gurneys. "Whoa, careful," came a deep voice. She turned her head. slowly, and found herself looking at a broad-shouldered human with stubble, tired eyes, and a gentle expression. He stood beside her holding a thermal cup. "You lost a lot of body heat out there. Another hour and you wouldn't have made it." She narrowed her eyes. "You are human." "That I am," he replied calmly, handing her the cup. "Name's Marcus. What's yours?" Her instinct told her not to answer. Royalty didn't speak freely. But something in her was too tired to keep pretending. "Caravel, Princess of the Varellan High Court." Marcus gave a soft whistle. "Well, Your Highness, welcome to my humble home. You've been out 2 days. It'll take a few more to fully recover. You have treated me. I patched you up, yeah. Nothing too invasive. Just enough to keep you alive." She drank from the cup. The liquid was rich with electrolytes and something she didn't recognize. Not unpleasant. "Why?" she asked finally. "Why save you?" She nodded. He looked at her for a moment, as if deciding how honest to be. "Because no one else would." She didn't expect that answer. "I heard a distress ping. Checked it out. Found a dying princess in a blizzard. I didn't really care who you were. I care that you're breathing." Caraval stared into the cup. No one had ever spoken to her like that. Not with indifference. Not with warmth either. Over the next few days she recovered. Physically at least. The storm outside raged on, snow slamming against the reinforced shutters, but inside it was quiet. Peaceful even. Kira watched Marcus work. He tended to broken equipment, reorganized supplies, recorded beacon logs, and always kept food and heat consistent. His movements were methodical. One evening, as he adjusted the solar collectors near the back hatch, Kira surprised herself by offering to help. He looked shocked. "You sure? You're still regaining your strength." "I am not fragile," she said sharply, then paused. "But I will move slowly." He smiled. "That's all I ask." Working beside him, she realized something strange. He never treated her like a porcelain statue, nor like royalty. He asked for tools, handed her panels, explained systems without dumbing it down. She had never felt more like a person in her life. That night, while eating rehydrated stew, she finally asked the question burning in her mind. "My guards left me. They said I was a burden." Marcus didn't reply immediately. Then, "That ever happened to you before?" She shook her head. "They probably panicked. Maybe they didn't think they could protect you out there." "They failed me," she said bitterly. "Yeah. But now you've got a choice." She looked up. "You can stew in it. Let it define you. Or you can survive, learn, and when you get out, change what kind of ruler you'll be." The words hit like a punch. No flowery language. No flattery. Truth. And it lodged itself in her chest. 3 more days passed. The storm broke. A Varellan search vessel finally responded to Marcus's emergency beacon. It descended like a pearl-winged serpent from the clouds, flaring bright in the gray sky. When the retrieval team arrived, dressed in shimmering enviro armor, they bowed upon seeing her alive. "Princess Caraval, we feared the worst." She didn't answer immediately. Instead, she turned to Marcus, who stood just inside the shelter's doorway. "You'll stay here. For now," he said. "Still folks on this planet who might need help." She studied him for a long moment. Then she stepped forward and did something that shocked the Varellan guards. She embraced him.